I'm so excited you guys could take time out of your busy schedules and join us. You know, this topic is so interesting to me. The beauty industry has absolutely fascinated me for decades with these trending styles and fashion statements all surrounding eyelashes. And it's really an expanding industry, but it's also an artist's work. And so I brought today this wonderful girl. You're going to love her. Her name is Jasmin. She is the CEO and president of her own company, Lashes by Jazz, and she is an expert in a field. You are going to love everything she's got to say. So take it away, Jazz.
Hello, everyone. Like she said, my name is Jasmin. I'm really excited to be here, and thank you guys for joining us tonight. Excuse me. So, like she said, I am the CEO of my own lash business, and I'm really excited to talk about everything lashes today. And I hope you guys are excited to learn. So I will go ahead and just jump right into it. So can everyone see my screen here?
Yep, we can see you great.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so today's seminar, it's called Healthy and Fabu-lash. So today we're going to be talking about enhancing your natural beauty with lash extensions while maintaining the health of your natural lashes. So again, welcome. My name is Jasmin. So a little background about myself. I started my business back in 2020. So I've been lashing for almost about 4 years now. I took my lash training back in NYC in 2019. And ever since then, I've just been lashing full time. This is what I've been doing, and this is what I've been dedicated to. So I've really been enjoying it. I'm a lash artist as well as a lash trainer. So I do actually lash as well as teach classes and everything, and actually teach people how to become lash artists and how to start their own business. Okay, so we're going to talk about what exactly are lash extensions and how they are applied. So I'm just going to read from here. So it says lash extensions are a popular beauty enhancement treatment that involves applying individual natural fibers to your natural eyelashes. So in order to apply the lash extensions correctly, a method called isolation is used. So basically, isolation is isolating one of your natural lashes on your lash line to apply one lash extension. So in the next slide, you can kind of see right here, the first picture, that is the process of isolation. So like I said, we're going to take one of your lashes and apply a lash extension right on top of it. Isolation is probably the most important thing when it comes to lashing, because we don't want to stick a lash extension onto one eye. And that is because quickly, your lashes, each lash on your eye has a different growth cycle. So your lashes are growing at different rates. So if we, as lash artists, were to apply more than one lash extension to the natural lash, the hair that's growing out faster is going to pull out the hair that's growing a little bit slower. So isolation is really important. The second picture is lash adhesive. So we use like a professional semi-permanent adhesive to bond the lashes to your natural lash. And lastly, we use tweezers. So we typically use 2 tweezers. So we use the isolation tweezer, and the second tweezer we use to pick up and place the fan on the lash extension. Okay. So let's get into the types of lash extensions. So there are 3 main types. So on the left, you have your classic lashes. In the middle, you have your hybrid lashes. And on the right, you have volume lashes. And I'm going to go through each type of lash. Oop. Okay, so classic lash extensions. If you look at these pictures here, you can tell that the lashes are pretty natural. They kind of give like a mascara effect. This is going to be the most natural type of lash set. So a classic lash is when we apply just one lash extension to one of your natural lashes. So it's just 1 to 1. And this is just really going to give you more length rather than like volume or fullness. You're just enhancing the lashes that you already have. So you're kind of just making them appear longer. and it's also going to add curl to the lashes as well. So again, classic lashes, they're going to be the most natural out of the lash sets. And then the second one is going to be volume lashes. So as you can see, these are way fuller than the classic lashes. You're going to have really dark lash sets. You're going to have a really dark lash line, and you're also going to have full coverage. And how it differs is when you apply the volume lashes, you're taking multiple lash extensions and applying it to one of your natural lashes. So that is what's going to be able to give you that fullness, like in these pictures here. And as far as like times for the lash sets, so a classic set, because we're only applying 1-to-1, it's not going to take as long. So a classic set usually takes about 1.5 to 2 hours to get done. Whereas a volume lash, because we're putting multiple lash hairs on one natural lash, it's going to take a little bit more time. So this is just a picture. So on the left here, you can see how a volume fan looks. So it's, like I just said, multiple hairs created into what we call a volume fan. And that one fan is applied to, like I said, one natural lash. So the because it has multiple fans, it's going to be able to give more coverage, and that's what's going to be able to give the fullness. Whereas on the right side, you can see that it's just one lash. So we're just applying that one lash to the natural lash. And so, like I said, this isn't going to really add fullness. It's just going to elongate your lashes that you already have. Also, classic lashes, they're more suitable for usually first-time people for lash extensions. And they're going to be more suitable for people who have a lot of lashes, like a lot of natural lashes. If you have a lot of lashes, you don't need to do too much enhancement to them. A classic set would suffice just fine, whereas volume sets, they're going to be perfect for anyone who has sparse lashes, lashes that are more brittle, if you have gaps in between your lashes. Because it adds coverage and fullness, it's going to make your lashes appear fuller. Okay, and then we have a hybrid lash, which is probably the most popular lash set ever. So it's a combination of the classic and the volume. So you're going to get something that's not super natural, but not also super full. It's going to be like the perfect middle. This type of set is also really popular with first-time lash clients as well, because this set is probably the most customizable. You can make it, you can gear it towards, if you want it to look more natural, but you still want a little bit more coverage, you can gear it towards a classic set. But if someone wants a little bit of coverage, but not super dark like the previous pictures, we can add a little bit more volume fans to make it look just a little bit darker. And this set usually takes about 2 hours, and a volume set can take up to 3 hours. I don't know if I mentioned that. But yes, again, like I said, this is probably the most popular set that I offer as a lash artist. And all lash sets are super customizable as well. Okay, so here are just some different pictures of the different lash types or lash styles that are trending right now. So on the left here, we have something called a wispy lash. So if you can see the lashes that are a little bit longer, they're called spikes. And that's going to give the set some texture, some dimension. And wispy sets often mimic a strip lash set. You can do a wispy set with any type of lash. You can do a classic, hybrid, or volume. And then in the middle, we have kind of like the classic clean girl aesthetic is what they're calling it nowadays. Something very natural, not too much, not too overpowering, good for everyday look, kind of gives you that mascara look. And then on the right here, we have, they're called cat eye lashes. So if you guys can see on the ends of the lashes here, the lashes are a bit longer, and that's meant to elongate the eyes and everything like that. So cat eyes, clean girl lashes, and wispy lashes, those are the most popular lash styles that are currently trending right now. And because the lash industry is growing and evolving so much, there's always new things trending. There's always new things for me to learn. So I definitely have to stay on top of, all of the new lash styles and everything that comes out, because it's, like I said, always, always evolving. Okay, so for this, this is more for the lash artist, but these are the different type of curls and lengths that we use. So on the left here, you can see the difference between what we call a D curl and a C curl. In the middle, this picture here, you can see all the type of curls that are available for us to use. However, the C, CC, and D curl, those are going to be the most popular curls. Everything else, we call them specialty curls, but C, CC, and D, those are going to be the most used. And then on the right here, we have different type of lash lengths. So we can use lash lengths anywhere from 7 millimeters all the way up to 25. I definitely don't use anything past like 16 because personal opinion, that's way too long. It doesn't really look natural, but those are the lengths that are offered to us. Now, like I said, this is mostly for the lash artist. So you as a lash client, when you come in, it's my job to assess your eyes, assess your eye shape, see what curl I want to use, and see what lengths I want to use to create a set for you. Okay, so talking a little bit about the lash cycle here. So on the right, you can see this diagram here. So it basically shows you your growth cycle of your lashes. So when you come to get your lashes done, initially you'll come for the full set, which usually takes about 2 to 3 hours. And you're going to be paying full price for that set. After your set, you'll wait about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 2 to 4 weeks. You'll come back and get what's considered a fill. So a fill, when you come back, you'll usually have about 40% of your lashes left. That is because your lashes, just like the hair on your head, it's going to shed daily and everything. So your lashes are going to fall out. And the lash extension is going to go with it because it's attached to your natural lash. In this picture here, you can see that in the first picture, it says after getting lashes done, you can see how it hasn't grown out. It's placed close to the eyelid. Lash extensions should never be placed on the eyelid, but it's placed close. And then the second picture, you can see it growing out. And then for the third and fourth picture, you can see how it's outgrown. So what the lash artist does is she takes the lashes that are growing out, she removes them, and she replaces them with new lashes. So you just repeat the process over again. And when you come in for a fill, it won't be the same price as a full set because you'll still have some lashes left. So say a full set is maybe $155. When you go back for a fill, it could be $85, $75, depending on the lash artist. And fills usually don't take as long as full sets. So you're not going to be there for 2 to 3 hours. At the most, you should only be there for an hour and a half because you still have some lashes left. Okay, aftercare. Aftercare is probably one of the most important things about lash extensions. I cannot stress this enough to my clients personally. Lashes are an investment. Lashes aren't cheap, they cost money. So you want to take care of them when you get them. Aftercare is really easy. I tell all my clients, there's some things you have to do and just some things that you have to avoid. It's really easy to incorporate into your daily routine. You're not having to do anything too extra. The main components to having healthy lashes and making them last are cleaning your lashes every single night. I always tell my clients you can do this right before you wash your face, right before you get in the shower. That is going to be crucial to maintaining your lash extensions and maintaining your natural lash health. Other things include not using any oil around or on your eyes. Absolutely no mascara on the lash extensions. You shouldn't need it anyway. It's already gonna add that curl and that volume for you. No lash curlers. However, for the eyes, you can still wear eye makeup like eyeshadow, eyeliner, things like that. No picking at the lashes. You rarely want to touch the lashes because your fingers, they're dirty, they have oil and everything like that. And lastly, you want to go and schedule or go for your fills every 2 to 3 weeks. And that's it. That's aftercare. You don't have to do anything too much, but you want to make sure that you follow the aftercare, like I said, to maintain your lash extensions and to maintain the health of your natural lashes. If anything, we do not want to compromise the health of the natural lashes. Okay. So as I stated, lash extensions are becoming more popular every year. It is one of the most sought out beauty enhancement treatments. Although lash extensions are fairly easy to maintain, there can be consequences of not maintaining the lash extensions. This can lead to eye infections, dyes, and more. So let's go into deeper detail. This picture is just like a lash bath happening. So it's really easy to clean your lashes. There's lash cleanser specifically designed for lash extension in the eyes. It's sensitive enough to where you can use it on your eyes every day. But really easy to use. You just take the lash cleanser, 1 pump on each eye, you take a cleansing brush and you just cleanse, splash some water, and you're good to go. Okay, trigger warning, these pictures are gross. But these are basically what can happen when you don't take care of your lash extensions. For these to happen, you just absolutely are not putting any water on your lashes, which is crazy because, like I said, you should be cleaning your lashes daily. So the first picture, it's a little scary, but they're called Demodex mites. You can't see them unless you're looking under a microscope. But basically, what happens is the client is not getting their lashes wet at all. I've had clients come in with this before, and they would tell me that they wouldn't clean their lashes because they were afraid that their lash extensions were gonna fall out. Lash extensions are gonna fall out anyway, so you need to keep your lashes clean. But this is basically what happens when you're not putting anything on your eyes. You're not putting any water, no cleanser, no soap or anything. So dirt, debris, oil, makeup, all that is just sitting and building up on your lashes, even dead skin. And so for this first picture, the buildup, it happens like at the base of the lashes. And once this happens, you just have to get the lash extensions removed. There's no cleaning them. There's no removing them and putting new lash extensions on. No, you need to completely remove the lash set, give your lashes a break, and try again. But if you get this far, you probably shouldn't be getting lash extensions at all. Because if you're at this point, then that means you're just completely neglecting the lash extensions. The second set of photos, it's called a sty. If you guys can see the little bump on the eyes there, basically what happens there is an oil gland gets trapped in your eyelids. It gets trapped with bacteria. So the sty begins to form. It can be painful. They typically go away on their own, depending on how big it is. Usually people take like a warm compress to them. You do not want to pop these. I mean, if you even get them in general, not just from lash extensions, you never want to pop them. But typically they go away on their own. And then the pictures on the right is called blepharitis. So I see this is probably the most common thing that I see. The Demodex and the blepharitis, it goes hand in hand. So the blepharitis is basically the first stage. So I don't know if you can see in the top pictures, you can see like the debris and the sebum like forming on the lashes, but it's not as hard as the first one. So if a client has blepharitis and it continues, then eventually it's going to turn into excuse me, the Demodex mites there. But usually with blepharitis, they're gonna have swollen, itchy eyes. Same thing with the Demodex mites. Like I said, they're one and the same. Blepharitis usually happens before the Demodex mites. But just to let you all know, you literally do not have to put water on the lashes for this to happen. You guys literally would have to be avoiding water for all of these to happen. Now, if you're cleaning your lashes daily, every day, then this shouldn't be an issue. Even if you miss a day, of cleaning, or even 2 days, this isn't going to happen. So these are just like extreme cases that's gone way, way too long. So yes, you guys would have to completely be neglecting your lash extension for these to happen. Okay, so dream work makes the team work. So I like to say Aftercare is 50% artist and 50% client. So as a lash artist, I have to make sure that I'm doing my job as far as keeping everything clean and sanitized. So our cleaning process is really easy. So what we do is we take the tools that we use, which is the lash tweezers. We scrub them with antibacterial soap, rinse them off, set them in some barbicide for 15 minutes, rinse it off again. And then I have a UV tray that I like to keep my tweezers in. I put it in that for about 5 minutes, and then the tweezers are good to go. So if like the lash artist isn't doing their part with keeping their space clean, that can lead to infection and things like that. So that's why I say dreamwork makes the teamwork, because just like a client has to take care of their lashes, our lash artist has to do their part in applying the lashes and, like I said, making sure that everything is sanitized. Sorry, I need water break. Okay. Okay, so you're probably wondering if you are a candidate for lash extensions. Whenever I get people who have booked a consultation, they come in and they're unsure, I just ask them some questions. So I usually like to ask them what their lifestyle looks like, if they're going to be able to keep up with the aftercare, and be able to book their bills every 2 to 3 weeks. When I say lifestyle, I mean, are they high maintenance? Do they work out a lot? Do they wear makeup every day? Are they sweating every day? Are they swimming every day? Are they tanning frequently? That's what I mean by high maintenance. Whereas low maintenance, you're, you don't wear makeup every day. You're not working out, you're not sweating. So just kind of like the opposite of high maintenance. But those are definitely things to consider if are considering getting lash extensions. Medications, there are certain medications that can affect your retention. Retention means how long the lashes last. Because those type of medications, usually they speed up the shedding process of your natural lashes. So I would say the most common medications or issues with medications, or someone facing like thyroid problems or thyroid issues, typically, usually, their lashes will shed super fast. Usually will only last about a week. Now I tell those type of clients, look, if you want to come back weekly for fills, you can. But I usually recommend waiting until they get off that medicine, just to really be able to enjoy the lashes. Having lashes always fall out, you having to come in every week can be a lot sometimes. So like I said, I always recommend for those people to, wait and see, if they can get off the medication, or wait when they do, and things like that. Other medications that can cause lash loss is blood thinners, and cholesterol lowering medications. They kind of do the same thing. Just speeds up the lash shedding process and everything like that. Also, hormones in pregnancy can affect your lash retention as well. I've lashed many pregnant women, and when I say that their hair grows so fast, I'm not lying. 1 week I'll have where they have really good retention, and all their lashes are almost still there, and then sometimes I just do their lashes and they come and they have no lashes at all, and they'll need a full set. It's because they're obviously their hormones are fluctuating all over the place, so that can lead to issues with retaining lash extensions. Okay, so now we're gonna get into allergic reactions really quick. This is something that is definitely obviously out of the client's control as well as the lash artist control. Um, Allergic reactions, they're pretty common. So usually what happens is the client will come and get their lashes done. After about 24 hours to 48 hours, they will start to experience symptoms if they have if they're having an allergic reaction. So their eyes will typically swell and their lashes will get itchy. Um, and it'll get really red and irritated and things like that. Now, what causes this to happen is the adhesive and certain ingredients in the adhesive. So it can be two things from the lash adhesive. It can be the bonding agent, which is called the cyanoacrylate. That's what helps the lashes to bond to your natural lash. Or it can be the carbon black. So that is the color of the glue. Now with this, we do have sensitive glues that we use that's clear that don't have the carbon black. But unfortunately, usually if you develop or you have an allergic reaction to lash extensions, you cannot get them, excuse me, no matter what you do, no matter, you know, even if we were to use a clear glue, the chances are about 50-50. You're always gonna have a reaction. There's nothing we can usually do. So for example, and you can get it at any time. Like I've had clients who were coming to me since 2020 when I started, and they've developed allergic reaction over the years because they were constantly getting them. Not saying that you constantly getting them is going to lead to that, but the body just randomly developed an allergy to the lash extension glue. And so now they're no longer my clients because they can't get them. So for instance, a couple years ago, I had went on vacation, and before I left, I had got my nails done. Well, while I was on vacation, my cuticles were very, very itchy, and I couldn't figure out why. So when I got back home, I went to the nail salon, and they told me that I had developed an allergic reaction. So anytime I want to get my nails done, acrylic nails, I'm gonna have to deal with itchy cuticles and things like that. And I have been getting my nails done since high school. So that's been about 10 years. So it's really random, really weird, but once you develop an allergic reaction, unfortunately, more than likely, you're not going to be able to get lash extensions. If it's your first time, you should book a consult, and usually lash artists will do a patch test to see if you're allergic to the adhesive. And then they'll wait about 24 to 48 hours to see if you have a reaction. If not, then you're good to go. If so, then more than likely you're allergic to the lash extensions. Okay. Now, there are other lash enhancement treatments that are there on the market. Like I said, for whatever reason, people can't get lash extensions, whether it's due to medication, whether it's due to allergic reaction, or whether they just, you know, find that lash extensions aren't the best for them. There are other ways to enhance your lashes. On the right here, we have a picture of what's called a lash lift. So basically, it's like a perm for your lashes. It takes your curly lashes and it curls them straight up. So it's gonna make them longer, gonna make them darker for sure. And a lash lift usually lasts about, I believe it said 2 to 6 weeks. And then on the right, it's probably the most type of lash enhancement style, and that is a strip lash. I've been using these since high school, so for like middle school, so for like over 15 years. And I'm still not an expert at them. They're still such a pain for me personally to put on. But I know some people who love lash extensions. They love it. They can just take it off and put it back on and try different styles and everything. So if you have the time and you have the patience for lash extension or lash strips, then that can be an alternative to for you as well. Okay, so there are some ways that we can naturally grow and take care of our lashes. So whether you're getting lash extensions, a lash lift, you're wearing lash strips, you want to maintain your lash extensions, especially, you know, if you're constantly getting treatments done, or even if you're constantly putting on false lashes. Wear and tear and constant, pulling and removing, that can put stress on your lashes. So we want to make sure that our lashes are nice and strong. So first thing that's natural, you can take biotin, hair, skin, and nails. You can take it in the pill form, in a gummy form. This is really going to help to grow your hair as well as your lashes, as well as hair everywhere else. I honestly have taken that personally. It was really good. I was doing it for my eyebrows, and my eyebrows grew back thick, but every hair everywhere else was growing too. So if you don't mind that issue, then I think the biotin would be really good for you. Next up, we have the castor oil. The castor oil is something natural that you can use. A lot of people like to put it right on their lash line to help their lashes grow. This is going to be a natural alternative. You're not going to have any side effects or anything like that. And yeah, it's a slower way to grow your lashes, but it's natural and it's really good for you. And then on the right, we have an actual lash serum. There are a lot of different types of lashes, way too many for me to even try to pinpoint, but this one is a Grande Lash. It's probably the most known lash serum on the market. So it's formulated and it has specific ingredients that's going to help your lashes grow. I've heard 50% reviews with this particular lash serum, not all lash serums. But the thing with the lash serums is that they can make, where you're applying it, it can turn brown for whatever reason. I'm not too sure why. That scares me a little bit. So I do only do the natural, or I do take the biotin. But I've heard and I've seen that the Grande Lash works really, really well for some people. So like I said, you always want to be taking care of your natural lashes, no matter what type of enhancement treatment that you're doing. Because we need our lashes for a reason. They keep things out of our eyes and everything like that. So we want to make sure we're taking care of them. So overall, lash extensions, they're a fun way to enhance your already existing beauty. I always tell my clients, when getting lash extensions, you don't want it to take away, you want it to add. So with that being said, we don't want anything too powerful or too over dramatic, unless they like it. I do have some clients that are, love really dramatic lashes. And I would say that's the thing about lash extensions, is that it's super customizable, and it's catered to you. So as a lash artist, like I said earlier, depending on your eye shape, depending on your face shape, depending on if your lashes grow up, if they grow down, that's going to determine what type of set that we do specifically for you. Everyone's eyes are different, so everyone is going to have a different set. And I think that's the beauty of lash extensions, especially if you're investing in them. You want them to fit you. You want them to complement you. You want them to fit into your lifestyle and everything like that. So yeah, if you're wanting confidence, convenience, and customization, I think lash extensions are for you. Especially the convenience part, I can honestly say, waking up with the lash extensions, it's literally a game changer. I don't have them now. I wish I did, but usually when I have to wake up in the morning, I just go. Like, I don't really have to do too much, because the lash extensions, first of all, they're going to give you confidence and kind of like a mood. They're going to be like a mood booster. They're going to take at least 10 minutes off your makeup routine. And it's just fun. It's just fun to play and, playing around with different styles and everything like that. So yeah, if you're interested in lash extensions, I hope that this information kind of gave you clarity on, the process, how they're applied, the different types and everything. It could be overwhelming, but I promise once you start getting them, all of my clients, they're literally addicted. And yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, I hope it wasn't too much. I hope it wasn't overwhelming.
Oh, it was fabulous. I thought that was extremely helpful. I love the little tidbits and the things you must do afterwards, those takeaway treatments of, I can't imagine having, not caring for your lashes and it getting to the point that you show those pictures. Those were
Yeah,
pretty disgusting. But
disgusting. Yes.
I do also know people that are like, oh, I don't wash them because I don't want them to fall out. And so I can't wait to tell people,
Yes, please spread the
yeah,
word.
you want to,
Tell them they're gonna have mites in their lashes. I bet you they're
yeah,
gonna start cleaning their lashes. Yes.
absolutely.